Fire disasters generally comes with severe harsh economic realities. The pain of having one's entire belongings razed to ashes. The thought of having no place to go and where to start.
See fire, see fire, hey! Jesus! Jesus!
The dry season in particular is a period when a lot of fire outbreaks are recorded. In less than 2 months, more than 5 fire outbreaks have been recorded within Umuahia, the Abia State's capital, including a bungalow that was raised at Agbama Housing Estate. Oliver Echewodo left his home safe with his children for his shop, but had no home again when he returned.
Your name, sir?
I'm Mazi Oliver Echewodo.
You got quarter in here, but I don't come ever.
My dear, I'm not shopping. Go around after 1 in the afternoon. One of my friends, by name Thank God, born on the phone. Since I had I was surprised. Before I should run from Stampo Junction to this place, I shop in the Badutanga. The fire was out. The neighbor Mambalia, the gate, Okotoma Kamabo, not here. So Okujungali, before the fire service in Abbey, Oko had a lack essence. There was nothing in the move. There was no being brought out. Before we just try and kind. All of you come.
So I know my car about when they don't know that.
Yes. No stove, no electric, no NEPA, no nothing, no gas. Just like that. That's it. So for now we're homeless.
So do you need to know in Batara? Do you need to know in Batara?
I can't. Because before we left, we are cooking NEPA then. We are not cooking with gas. I guess I'm missing a gas or stove. We are kissing at this possible because of this lack of fire. And they all had it. I guess not NEPA. I know these kids don't go to my gadgets. They don't tamper with any time we don't know the electronics. They only play. See how fast this area. We play bad. You just lock the gate and the name every day for so many years, not today.
So how many bedroom flats is
This
this?
is 3-bedroom flat with the double toilets.
So do area government more than here,
I'm my government vehicle. As of now, I know what we are rendered useless from clothes to shelter. Nothing. Just a time like nothing was brought out. So I actually before matter like that in government, I've been rendered useless. I don't know where to start or what to do.
what is the number of every kind of whatever?
World Bank near Big Gutter. And the Big Gutter now it's some prison here, and I don't prison so as
Comptroller, Abia State Fire Service, Victor Baruko, spoke to Flow FM TV on some curses and precautions to avoid fire outbreak.
I have been on air severally, and I want to say that this is a time where we have the extreme heat and low humidity, and people need to be very careful on how they deal with fire outbreak or how to handle issues relating to fire. In the first instance, the gas cylinder, gas cooker is now everything everywhere. People are looking for a means of doing it quicker. We are not asking them not to use it, but we are asking them to be very careful while using your gas cooker or your gas cylinder. Those who prefer to use the bigger gas cylinder with the gas cooker right inside the kitchen, you do not station your gas cylinder in the same place you have in your kitchen. You must pipe them from outside inside. If it's a camp gas, it's a different thing altogether. We advise people that after cooking, please remove the burner. That is the safest way to handle it. The other one is those who are living within the area where they have bushes around them or field. They should make sure they cut what is done as fire parts around their building. So that if there is any person burning the bush, and on getting down to that place, it will cool off. The other one is there is a slogan in Abia State. We said switch off and plug out. That's what we go now. If you switch off, if you switch off your set, your electrical gadgets, and you leave them like that. If you watch them, most of these things are now low quality electrical gadgets. You find that current will still be flowing in them. And as far as we are concerned, if you plug out, you have already disembarked everything in your room. So it's necessary that people will switch off and plug out their electrical gadget while leaving their offices. The other one, the people buying petroleum product on the black market, we don't advise people to do that. Please go to accredited petroleum station and buy your product. And while you're buying your product, do not store a petroleum product inside your house, or your kitchen, or under your staircase. Please, if you must store a petroleum product, go at the back of your house, dig a hole, and put the container there. Anytime you want it, to go there and uplift it. So what we are asking now is that people don't allow your children to use your gas cooker, your gas cylinder. Please, in every family, you have a gas cylinder, you should have a kerosene stove. In spite of the fact that kerosene stove equally does dangerous things now, because most of the people buy mixed up or adulterated kerosene product, which will always lead to kerosene explosion. The kerosene explosion is worse now, like the one we attended in Umuahia yesterday. We couldn't ascertain actually what, but we suspect for now that it could be the use of gas cylinder that was the cause of the fire.
Okay, very quickly, an advice for smokers, especially indiscriminate dumping of cigarette sticks.
Yes, you see, most of these people, they're not even cigarette smokers. They smoke marijuana. So, because if you don't smoke marijuana along the streets,
your guys cracking over there.
Yes, you don't smoke marijuana you don't smoke marijuana on the street. They hide somewhere in the bush, and after that, they will just dump the storm, and the storm is what catches fire. So, but we are advising each of them, whether it's the cigarette smoker or the other one, the marijuana. Please make sure you put them off. And those who are hunters, there are people who are hunters. They look at the vast area of a farmland. What they will do is to set fire and then round up the place. And when the thing overwhelms them, they will run away. The other one we're talking about is we need to be very careful about pipeline explosion, because these are the time we are envisaging that, so that if it occurs, people should not get nearer to that place. We are trying to synergize with one of the agencies so that we can go along every area that pipeline crisscrosses, so that we can inform them on the dangers of getting nearer it, even when there is an explosion.
Okay, we have Samson as standing by. Samson, over to you.
Okay, sir, let's look at your readiness and your capacity to contain some emergency situation. How many trucks do you have here?
For now, I have 4 trucks that are ready.
I'm seeing just 2 here.
Yeah, I'm covering Abia State, so I'm not covering only Umuahia. So I have.
Which other stations do you have apart from Umuahia?
We have Aba, we have Umuahia. We are trying to see how we can extend to flashpoint areas, like we have at Abia State University and then Umuahia. And the other areas are just within Aba. We have Area. You have Ungwa Road.
You have trucks in those locations?
No. We don't have trucks. That's what we are saying. We need to extend our trucks to those areas. We need to extend our trucks to those areas. So this is why His Excellency has approved that all the trucks be really maintained. You can see the other one. I brought them from Aba, but eventually on its way to do this thing, it was we don't know what happened to the pipe. It broke down. So we are fixing it up now. By this afternoon, we are starting it.
You remember the case that happened in Onitsha? It was about water. So do you always have water in your tanks?
We left for Umuahia now. After doing the firefighting, there is water in that tank.
You refill.
There's water in that tank. So without that water, they won't come here. No, they won't come back to the station. Without water, they can't come back to the station.
So
very seriously.
In case of emergency, how can I contact you?
I have a telephone line, which is an emergency line for Abia State. It's 090-915-61101. That is the general line for Abia State Fire Service Control Room.
Okay, very quickly, sir, tell us a little bit about the extinguishers. We were able to move around and we saw some. The ones for CO2, the ones to be used where we have desktops and computers.
Yes. You see, the CO2, the dry chemical powders are all the extinguishers for fire at its incipient stage. At that level, If you don't stop it with fire extinguishers, you can't do anything. So this is why we don't use dry chemical powder on any of your computers. You use CO2. The essence of using that CO2 is that if you use CO2, they won't disfigure your computer. They won't destroy your computer. But if you use dry chemical powder, they are capable of destroying the system.
Are you empowered to ensure compliance, to make sure that offices, especially offices, every office has some of these?
By next week, I'm starting off. By next week, we are starting.
Are you empowered by?
I am empowered by law
to ensure compliance.
I'm empowered by Abia State Fire Service Law number 3 of 2018. Yes, I am.
To ensure compliance.
Compliance, strict compliance.
Finally, in a case of emergency, what is your advice to motorists? Because I'm sure you may have some issues trying to navigate.
Most of the motorists don't even know that. In the course of fire outbreak and on the course of our movement, if you die, no fireman can be held responsible. Anything that is caused by fire en route to fire is caused by fire. We have destroyed several vehicles and nothing came out of it. And the same thing with life. But we don't ask ourselves, we don't want to go and destroy life or destroy somebody's property. So if you have fire service, we don't go always with siren. It's either we are going or we are coming back. Ordinarily, if you are going, we don't blow siren. But when there is an emergency, clear from fire service route. If you don't clear, we destroy you. I'm telling you honestly. We are very mad about it. You don't know what is happening on the other side of the area where we are going. It's a mad thing for somebody to block. You don't know who and who is dying there. And you don't know how many lives we are going to save there and how many lives that has already been lost that place. So any keke or taxi or this OKBK that blocks our road will destroy the person on the route. And that is just the thing. It is in our law.
Okay, stitching time will surely
saves 9.
Save 9. Mr. Warupo Victor Kichuko has been live with us here as we are reporting from the Abia State Fire Service headquarters in Umuahia. He is the controller of the Abia State Fire Service, Abia State. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.